All right, GM everyone. I hope we all are doing very great. We want to welcome also to this live session. We just finished about a 2 hours live session on, YouTube, which we're also still trying as much as possible to keep an eye on what everyone else is going to be saying. We are having so much to discuss, and we hope to really make this live session one of the best ever. I'm gonna be checking the live room and seeing how we are actively engaging. I want to appreciate those who are subscribing to our YouTube channel and of course encouraging this work. It's a great one. I want to thank you. This is Nova Trading Desk if you're wondering where you are at. And what we do here is bring you a daily dose of market analysis. We sit at this point, and the intention for this, I'm sorry, I'm going to be going through our chat rooms and yeah, and of course encouraging this work. That's a good one. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me just keep responding. Yeah, good evening. It's kind of a great moment to have everybody. Thank you, Mary, for joining. I'm appreciating you. Please drop it. Let your friend join. Let everyone join our live session. I want to believe we all can hear us very well. Right? Just a moment, please, guys. Yeah. So I want to say thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for being a part of us here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Looking out for your likes and subscription. Please subscribe to our channel, drop your question and comment. Let's all be on the same page. Let's get everyone say one or two things like that. I'm gonna be dropping the link to this ongoing live session right now so everybody can be a part of this. We started our live session today late, and I would love to say that was in no way our plan, right? Yeah, so join us on YouTube. So it's almost time for us to have the 7 o'clock candle open. So literally it's already New York close, really hanging around the corner. You might say there is not so much, I admit, about the markets. And yes, if you've got any question you want to also discuss about, let's know. Really, I think what is the major thing we want to look into is what's our plan about the market and our perspective of view of this market as we're wrapping up into a new week. I mean, I think that's very important. I think that's very much necessary. I think it's part of our way of staying ahead of the curve. There is almost no way we can keep winning in the matter of this old gameplay if we don't. Yeah, I think something is lagging on our PC. I'm just gonna probably keep checking that and ensuring that we have everything in control. I'm going to check the processor speed and what we're not using, and probably put a close on what it is that we might be. So yeah, I'm going to probably close what we're not using right now, just so that we can have a better output. And of course PC can, that kind of thing. Yeah, because I think what matters is we are having like what matters is that we're having a better output in our live session, which is one thing I think I want us to ensure we have. Yeah. So please, you can always drop your greeting in the comment section. I'm always really right now available, looking out for that, so that we can all discuss what we've got together. So guys, what do you think I'm looking at while I look at the market right away? I, for one, think there is so much we need to lay our hands on as we look at this market. So Bitcoin currently seems to be trading at this point. We were on a short on Bitcoin, and this is how the market seemed to be responding. US30 seemed to be dropping from this point, and I don't know if we could have entered. Maybe we should have just done that, booked a portion of our trade exposures on Rave and dividing it in between both, right? I am thinking about that. So let me first off ensure people that are on our Telegram and all places of our live session are joining us on this voyage, right? Because I think it's important for us to get it going. So the bigger market is currently trading at 77 450, and of course a lot of persons would think that's a whole lot of dump. It isn't, and I'm not so excited about that either. I would love for us this time around in this session to look out for what we have on our X account. By that I mean, let's log in and see the details of the ongoing ceasefire meeting that has been going on in Islamabad. I think I was aware that there are several back and forth and travel both countries. Speaking of that, I'm referring to Iran and Israel are on the negotiation table discussing what exactly it is, you know, they really want, right, in the matter of this live session. And to be honest, they have their differences and they have different interests, which I think also is it's okay, right? I think it's okay, right? So and when you think of where the market is right now and where the market is really headed, we need to know that actually the fundamentals have begun to play a very critical role, right, in the outlook of the likely thing the market is going to be doing. The truth is, weekend could be the beginning of a reversal. Every one of us might not be right about the market at that go, but one thing is likely to play out as we look at the market. A retracement is going to probably most certainly follow this expression of pump that we are seeing on this market. Mind you, the truth is the market is in no way backing down or holding back, right? Yeah, the market is in no way backing down or holding back, and I think we just need to note that ourselves. Why? Because if we come to that point of knowing what the market is saying and what we need to know about that, then we better have a good decision. We just undo the market better. I'm going to be showing us what I think market is signaling and how we are viewing that right now. So let's not stress ourselves, but then let's keep our eyes, you know, locked in on what we think the market is most certainly doing. All right, do I have this much amount of tabs on TradingView? I'm going to check this out because I'm really getting my task manager showing me I have so much tabs opened on TradingView, but maybe. So this particular live session we are analyzing on you know, Bitcoin. But much more than analyzing on Bitcoin, I think we are also looking at yeah, we're looking at the posts we've got. We're looking at what else again? We're looking at the content, I mean the fundamental news and all we've got about that. We're looking at the charts also to make a clear weekly wrap of what the market is, you know, literally saying. I think that's going to probably be important for us to, you know, state, and I think it's necessary, highly necessary. So guys, I don't know if you have your friends also join us in this live session, or maybe they are not, and if they aren't, I want you to encourage them to, sorry, we're going to be running this, I think, just at power outage. A moment, I'm going to be right back. Let me just go set this up. I am going to be right back. I'm not going to turn off the camera. I'm just going to be right back. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we do really have to apologize for the bit of delay we had. I need to go ensure we've put up something that could ensure that we still have the live session ongoing. We needed to align with the state of our continuation. Apologies, I needed to do some running around, and of course that's that's quite a work. But again, let's continue. Wanted to look at what we have as per the news, because the reality is when we checked on Forex Factor for the week, we literally got no news for the markets, and of course we know there is so much happening in the financial market that is literally being backstaged, and the negotiation going on within Iran and of course the US government is such a thing that really calls for us to know where the market is right now at the moment. And of course we know there is really so much we need to pay right attention to, and I think it's important, if you don't mind me saying that. Okay, so now what has the White House posted for the past few hours? Okay, so I don't have that to read, because what that says is the government used to punish overtime with massive tax cuts, no more this year, thanks to President Trump's working families tax cuts. You keep more of what you earn, he promised. No tax on overtime. Anyways, that was what they signed. So AI has been making a lot of easy video content creation for the whole US, for the whole current administration. Tax day just hit different different this year. More money, less tax, more wins. President Donald Trump in Las Vegas. No tax on tips. All right, good. Let's see. Okay, let's see the story from the Department of State. Department of State. I don't know if that sounds like the deep state, but Department of State. So let's read and listen to this together. So it's about the blockade. So let me get you guys to also hear this with me. Yes, I'm gonna comment also. Please listen. Please listen. Apologies, I had the sound so much on, right? Just please listen.
Well, on the specific issue of Rubio and his meeting with the Lebanese and Israeli ambassadors, that's a big deal. That's not just trying to get to yes on a ceasefire. That is trying to basically cut Hezbollah out of Lebanon. Really, Lebanon finally stepping up after decades of having a parallel government being run essentially by Hezbollah, by Syria. Syria, of course, was flipped by Trump, by Rubio early in this administration when they embraced the new leadership in Syria, and that helped cut off Hezbollah, which since has been defeated on the battlefield. So really a new Middle East coming together. Trump is the architect, Rubio is the builder. Well, on the specific issue of Rubio and his meeting with the Lebanese and Israeli ambassadors, that's a big deal. That's not just trying to get to yes on a ceasefire. That is trying to basically cut Hezbollah out of Lebanon. Really, Lebanon finally stepping up after decades of having a parallel government being run essentially by Hezbollah, by Syria. Syria, of course, was flipped by Trump, by Rubio early in this administration when they embraced the new leadership in Syria, and that helped cut off Hezbollah, which since has been defeated on the battlefield. So really a new Middle East coming together. Trump is the architect, Rubio is the builder. Well,
so what do you think this is saying? It literally is giving a lot to Trump as the architect and Rubio as a builder on the whole ongoing within the Middle East, and Lebanon also being one of those countries that is beginning to, I don't know, it looks like they are gaining some sort of freedom. What I could read from what I heard is that I'm just gonna probably get on the caption, because I also like having the caption on, as that also helps me to see the market the way, I mean the news the way it is. So let's listen again.
And Israeli ambassadors, that's a big deal. That's not just a big issue of Rubio and his meeting with the Lebanese and Israeli ambassadors. That's a big deal. That's not just trying to get to yes on a ceasefire. That is trying to basically cut Hezbollah out of Lebanon.
So literally there is Rubio, which is of course one of the important minister in the US. I cannot say what his role is. It's not exit, who is the I think Minister of Secretary of Defense. I've forgotten what role Rubio is currently now. It's just off my mind. But then he seemed to have gone in between the Lebanon and Israeli war just to get some, kind of mediation done. And apparently, it's, the interest, according to this, commentator, seem to be like he is going there to not just get a ceasefire deal settled, but to just cut off the Hezbollah's invasion of the Lebanese government that runs a parallel government alongside with the Lebanese government. And yeah, I mean, I hope that's just the way it is. But then that's not my interest. So a great and brilliant day for the world. Donald J. Trump. I don't know what that is all about, but okay. So NSE pipeline is an awesome step forward and great example of how increased energy will help grow freedom and opportunity for New Yorkers. Anyway, so just to state this, if you're wondering, the whole idea of the war, I must be honest with you, and factual as an analyst, is to better the American people, right? And in that sense, I mean, to profit those who are the oligarchs within the USA and perhaps Israel. So I think the truth is the sides who are going all out on the war and in the attacking are definitely in the know of what is in there for them. And this is something I think everyone who listens to the market needs to understand and read as an implied statement that the market gives, right? I think that's important. So literally, as we've gone through the White House's posts, the Strait of Hormuz is completely open and free and ready for business. The Strait of Hormuz is completely open and ready for business and full passage, but the naval blockade will remain in full force and effect as it pertains to Iran only, until such time as our transaction with Iran is 100% complete. This process could go very quickly in the most of the point. This process should go very quickly in that most of the point are already negotiated. So that's the thing. It looks like there is gonna be like no continuation of the attack. It looks like all good and oil is gonna go back to the dust. It looks like Bitcoin and of course the entire crypto market are gonna be green. Oh, I get it. This is the news that was released some hours ago, for which there is a relapse in the markets of oil and a pump in the market of of Bitcoin. So I think that really makes a lot of sense when we see how the fundamental also is making its direct implication. That's the word, direct. So please, if you're watching, please don't leave, get yourselves here, and of course drop your comments. It's gonna be like a good day, right, if you also get to join us. Riyadh, I'm just seeing your message. We literally had something to do. I'm gonna probably apologize. I'm just seeing your message right now. I'm seeing your message right now, man, at Seismic and Riyadh. I want to apologize. So Riyadh, let me just say Riyadh, and also Seismic at Seismic. So I want to say thank you for joining. Right, literally, had to get to deal with something the other time. That was because we had a light power outage, which is not so uncommon in this part of the world, unfortunately. And yeah, we hope to really get you guys back. I hope so. But then I want to acknowledge your presence here, even though it was in absentia. So yeah, so I mean, two of you are watching right now. I want to say thank you anyways. So good people. We have 6 people watching right now. Thank you anyways for watching. So we are looking at the fundamentals, and now the news really that is perhaps on red is perhaps the reason for why we have the market really dropping this way. So the fundamental is clear enough. And what is the fundamental saying? The fundamental states that the Strait of Hormuz is literally completely open and free for all passage, and of course the US naval officers are really having literal full control. That's what we could read, and that until that time, full force is going to be still enforced around the Iranian government. Now it's important to state that that is necessary. Why? Because there is still the ongoing negotiation, and that's what we have. It is being mirrored as though there is not going to be a continuation of the war. I'm not a bad mouther, but then I think, I don't know. I mean, look at this post. I don't know if you see the post. We feel it. Look at the oil. So you could see how oil dropped from 87 when it went terribly down. The truth is, I'm going to be telling you this for a fact. The whole idea of this war thing is just to profit some peasants and, of course, to take money off those who don't know what this is about. The USA will get... Now, look at this. This was 3 hours ago. The USA will get all nuclear dust created by our great B-2 bombers. No money will exchange hands in any way, shape, or form. The USA will get all nuclear dust created by our great bombers. No money will exchange hands in any way, shape, or form. This deal is in no way subject to Lebanon either, but the USA will separately work with Lebanon and deal with the Hezbollah situation in an appropriate manner. Israel will not be bombing Lebanon any longer. They are prohibited from doing so by the USA. Enough is enough. Thank you, PDGT. So now this looks so much like Trump. Apparently, if you know Trump and the way he talks, we know he got the best air ever. He got the best government ever. Everything about him is like at the top of it. He always want to own the whole thing, situation. And of course, a lot of conspiracy theory has been out there speaking to the fact that the Israeli government owns the US. Well, that's not why we're here, anyways. We're looking at the implication of these posts and talks from the US government on the market, because apparently we've been checking the market and checking Forex Factor and several other news outlets, and we've not gotten anything solid about what exactly is going to be the news that's going to be impacting the market right now. So everything seems to be resting on the inch or resting on the shoulders of Trump's post or the White House post, and most of his posts are untruths anyways, which of course if you're not in the US you don't have access to. So Iran has just announced that the Strait of Iran is fully open. The Strait of Iran is fully open and ready for full passage. Thank you. So it looks like they're having a good headway. The market seems to be reacting nicely. There is a quick crackdown on sell-off on the oil market. So I mean, there is just so much that I think we just can ignore right at this point in time. And please, if you've got questions or concerns, and I would love for you to drop them in the comment section. It's gonna be like one of the best things you're doing with me or for me and for yourself. We both are just vibing and chatting over the market, and that's one thing I really love doing. I'm probably gonna go more another 3 hours if I see the level of encouragement and energy that people sort of drops in this comment section, right? Yeah. After 4 long years of brutal inflation under Biden, you deserve every single penny you're getting now. So it's about a tax cut that Trump had in Las Vegas. Okay, so I think the most of what has to do with the war is what we've read. So okay, this one we've not read. I hope Hezbollah acts nicely and well during this important period of time. It will be a great moment for them if they do. No more killing. Must finally have peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. And by the way, a lot of persons are in my own live, in my own chat room cycle, they began using that kind of word, such as "Thank you to your attention. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump." Right, good, get that. So apparently, you guys need to admit to the fact that what we are seeing right now is the most important crime scene ever. It's getting much more clearer that the market is really much more being defined by some persons, and we better pay more attention to them than sit more on our charts. Because there's just really so much that seem to be on their minds. So I think the most of what has to do with what we've read. And of course, on the 16th, which was yesterday, I didn't read this news yesterday. I will be inviting the Prime Minister of Israel, Bibi Netanyahu, and the President of Lebanon, Joseph Aoun, to the White House. Both sides want to see peace, and I believe that will happen quickly. All right, that was Trump's statement, and a 10-day ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel. So there's been like announcement of ceasefires. Trump is looking like the big guy and the good guy and the good guy. And of course, that's what he wants you people to see, I believe. But then I also still think there is still much more that you guys need to take note of. This is Egeset, anyways, the Secretary of War. That's his name. Secretary of Defense now changed to Secretary of War. All of those are just military tactics of making people feel we got it. And I think to an extent they really got it anyways. To Iran's military leaders, our capabilities and ours and yours are not the same. This military operation is dictated by our terms, not yours. And that was what Egeset wrote. That's Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. Anyways, Hegseth. Not Hegseth. Not Hegseth, but I don't know, Hegseth. Anyways, that's the best of what we've got in this whole thing right now. I don't know what you guys are thinking. If you've got questions, please comment, drop them in the comment section. Let's know what you guys are thinking. I'm gonna probably pull up the chart again. We're gonna be back again on the chart. What is the market looking like, and what do we think oil is gonna probably look like? I'm gonna look at the oil market and also draw my concerns from that. And I think it's important for us to look in that. We're going to look at oil. We'll make a weekly forecast. We're going to be wrapping up today, and probably we're going to meet again tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, it's going to be like Monday. I think Mondays to Fridays, our live session kick off continuously. But then I do hope that we have at the point had enough. So look at this, and I'm going to be talking about the fact of what happened. Really, I made a lot of losses on this trade. I'm going to continue showing you what really happened. And of course, I'm going to be detailing what has just gone wrong or happened on on our chats. By our chat, I'm referring to the daily logins that we do. So let me show you something quickly. Come back with me to the charts, and of course, let's see what the market looks like. I'm going to probably close off all the LBank analysis and look at the market on a pure liquidity zone. By the way, we have a new 1 hour candle open, and of course, we have our eyes on the market. So please stay safe, and of course, keep watching. Let me quickly turn this back to trading view, and so let's hope we can actually get a lot of persons to see what the market is perhaps saying and what we think the market is perhaps doing. Oh boy, we are not gonna have this session for too long. We're not gonna have it for too long. Yes, we are not going to have this session for way too long, I promise you. And the reason is simply because of our power system. I really hope we could do better and of course go longer and all of those, but again, I think we just have to consider our we need to consider our power reality on this side of the world. I'm so sorry about that. The truth is, being able to pull up this live session is because we have an alternative, not the electricity generated by our country. I mean, Nigeria and Africa, and that's so bad. We have a very bad country, not bad country by faith, but a very, very bad energy system right here. It's quite bad, trust me. Anyways, let me show you the chart. I'm trying to bring you guys back to, just a moment. I don't know, it's taking forever to load. I was gonna bring you guys to this exact chart. I'm gonna turn you all guys there, just a moment. Okay, fine. I believe those of us on the horizontal are seeing the chart already. Great, that's it. So what you're seeing right now is a US oil market. This is a chart, and of course it's called XTI on our exchange LBank. So at LBank you would find it as XTI. So the analysis we had before with Elliott wave, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and following that should be an ABC. And of course this was the point we knew that A had pumped, but this happened. I had some losses here. I did add some losses here, I must be honest. Hello, could you put your chat higher? So, okay, Fiery Latina, thank you for joining. Hi, Latina. By the way, I want to say thank you for joining us again today. So let's take the chat up for Latina. Hello. Let's put the chat up. Let's do the chat up. Okay, let's do it quickly. Okay. Okay, I believe you guys could see the chat by now. So let's do it this way. All right, so yeah, I think that's it, and we're good to go with that other one. Yeah, so are we good? I believe we are good. So yeah, okay. Now what you're seeing right here is interesting and important. We're not going to take our time. We just want to look at the oil market and of course Bitcoin, just two markets, and then we call it a wrap for the day. Oil and Bitcoin, not oil and gas. So now I was going to say something importantly from this chart. Look at the oil market. What do you see? The oil market is most probably going to still eventually buy. But then the analysis we made yesterday was that, the market was going to buy from where it is at. Let me just probably make this. Oh, God. Okay, let me make this. Okay, just look at me. So because the instinctive, natural thing the market does after Elliott wave is what I'm going to be drawing for you guys to see. So that's a proper thing. But in the reality of life, it goes beyond what we've learned on paper. We have to really see things beyond how we have been thought. So this is how Elliott wave looks like. You have the wave 1, which is the shortest, then wave, wave 1, which is the initiation wave, then wave 2, the correction of wave 1, wave 3, which is the longest, then wave 4, never to be shorter than a wave, never to come lower than wave 2, then wave 5, which is shorter, wave 3 is the longest. And of course, the proof of this real wave thing is at the top of wave 3 to the top of wave 5, you must have a divergence. Of course, that's called the bearish divergence, where when you mirror the top of wave 3 to the top of wave 5 and you pull up your RSI or your relative strength index indicator chart, you must see the bearish divergence, where on the real chart, which is this candlestick chart, it mirrors a movement upward, but on the RSI chart it mirrors a movement downwards. So on the RSI chart, this same top of wave 3, I'm going to probably do this so you could actually see what I'm saying. The top of wave 3 and towards the top of wave 5 will go downwards this way. That tells you the market interest is way more perfect. That's a perfect scenario we often have been made aware of. And of course, that was what we saw here. And of course, following this, I'm going to probably show you that in the real chart. Following this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comes a corrective wave called the the ABC correction. So the ABC correction is the corrective wave of Elliott. So you have wave 1, which comes close enough to where wave 4 is, and from that point, just somewhere around there, you have a wave B, which is just perhaps a fair retracement. You have a wave C, which comes close enough to where wave 1 is, and of course, from this point, we could begin a new continuation up to the upside. And this is the perfect picture of what we call the Elliott wave impulsive move and the Elliott wave corrective move. So I'm going to probably write this out now so you guys could see this yourself. So you have Elliott wave. Do you see that? Who want to be my girlfriend? Who is this saying this on this live session? KDT MBW. You're looking for a girlfriend in this live session. Who does that anyways? Why are you looking for a girlfriend? Let me know. Can you give us a reason? You're a teacher? Oh yes, I am. Hello, thank you for coming. I'm a teacher, and of course what I teach is market. Just wanted to know why you're here. That means you're a man. Is that who you are? You know what, why don't you look for a friend while looking for a girlfriend? I think this platform is to foster more, room for people to learn more and become more. That's the idea. So if you've got questions about the market, that's going to be better. But then I think I have better friends for you, not a girlfriend. That's going to be the reality. The idea is for you to become better and, of course, grow more and embody more discipline for a better financial life, right? And to take ownership of your financial, possibility, right? That's why we're here, and I'm gonna be happy to have you, right? So I'm getting a post from Fury saying sorry, what, really? Sorry about that. I thank God for you. Sorry about that. So sorry, Fury, about this. I don't know, I'm just seeing this. All right, so sorry about that, Fury. And I would prefer to know your real name. I don't really know. That name sounds scary, Fury. I'm wishing you quick recovery in Jesus' name. Amen. I'm sending you all the greetings and blessings in Christ's name. I'm wishing you quick strength and grace in Jesus' name. Amen. So, please do not hesitate to take enough time to rest. Yeah. Please don't stress yourself. I'm going to probably tell you to just help yourself with certain immunity boosters. Do you think the current war is highly influencing price? Oh yes, size Mike, it is. Damn, it is. Aren't you seeing this? So I just gave you the picture of what Elliott wave practically looks like in picture or in textbook. Look at what happened here. This was the point the market should buy from. I already drew this, so we already had the market exhaustion. We already have the very bullish candle, and if you know what candle, if you know much more about candlesticks, like candlestick patterns, we already have a grave. Is it a gravestone? I don't know what they call this. This candle is a bullish candle. This one, that's why you see the next daily candle going higher. By the way, this is a daily chart, so what should continue is a continuation of the buy. But what just happened was a crazy dump. So what happened here is manipulation, brother. There is nothing I could do about that. Of course, I had my losses here and I'm so pained, but there's nothing I can also do about that. So today, tomorrow, and of course Saturday. So today, Friday, Saturday, tomorrow, and of course Sunday, it's going to be rebalancing the reality of what the market was expected to have done. So you would see oil literally buying back up, right? So that's the truth. So and that's going to be like, the possibility is Bitcoin, and of course the entire crypto market is going to probably be selling more. Yeah, Oh yes, I think I prefer Liz. Thanks, Liz. I'm not gonna call you Liz Fury. Good name, I must say. I don't know if it's Elizabeth. Good name, but all the same, that's still much good. So yeah, let's just sort of state that obvious truth. Everyone knows that for themselves. I know that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, that's my take, size Mike, on what I could see in the market. Oil prices are rising. Yeah, that's the truth. It's going to probably rise. As you're watching this live stream, I'm very much certain we're going to probably see that $83 per barrel before the closure of this live session. You could place a bet on that, but let it be with me. Oh yes, I thought as much. Elizabeth, hi. Thanks for that. I mean, I thought as much. I got that. So, by the way, this is the truth. The truth is we are all cooked. We are all cooked in this market. Those who are having so much fun are really the one taking big moves. I saw a post from a person on X. I can't remember what account it is. Making a back-end proof, like an on-chain proof of how that some persons 25 minutes before Trump makes some posts will get over to Polymarket, if you know Polymarket, and they'll place a bet on what's going to be like happening to oil. And their bet on oil is likely is the certain thing that oil is going to do. So I mean, there's a lot of insider trading. You could Google this and check. Have there been a lot of insider trading in the Trump's administration? I'm not saying anything, but then I'm saying some things, right? I'm not making any accusation, but allegedly there's been so much of insider trading, right? I mean, that's so obvious, so obvious, right? Yeah. So what else do you think, Size Mike? I mean, just think of that. It's clear as day. So, and when I looked at the market, just to show you, this was the perfect Elliott wave. You could see we've gone up by 100 cents anyways. 82.5 to 82.6. That's where the market is right now, and Bitcoin is down 77k, right? And by the way, if you don't know, I'm saying this so you'll know, the Bitcoin chart is an inversion of the oil chart. So since since the war began in late February into March, Bitcoin and oil, they've been going in an inversion. By the way, on Monday, I'm going to be having a trader friend of mine. We worked together at an hedge fund. He's going to be coming on Monday. We're going to be having a live session. I think this should be somewhere around 1 p.m. West Africa time. That's about 12 p.m. UTC. He's going to be discussing things on the market with us, and of course that is going to go up on and on throughout the week. I'm going to have several friends like that. We're going to be chit-chatting. I mean, oh yeah, I get that. Is it better to trade more minerals or currencies? I think first thing I would say, Size Mike, is it's better to have enough cash flows to cater for your daily expenses, and you have a lot of savings that you lock up. That's one thing I must say, right? Prioritize your longevity in your longevity in what in your well-being. One, because right now a whole lot of things come with high level of probability, right? Two, your exposures should be on currencies. I'm not joking. Trade currencies. When it comes to minerals, metals. So the hedge fund I was working with as a lead senior trader, we have a major company that primarily export led, one of the major companies exporting led in Nigeria, if not in West Africa anyways. And interestingly enough, we were trading the financial aspect of the market. We trade lead, we trade mineral, of course, this LME, London Metal Exchange market. So a very close group of traders, not the forex market, And you know what? I realized something, that whenever there is war, every metal literally pump, other than gold sometimes, or most, let me say sometimes, but then lead, aluminium, zinc, think of them, but mostly zinc, aluminium, copper, palladium, oil. Oh yes, they're going to be going up well. During wartime, the best thing you could just do is be on the right side of liquidity and be going more long. Don't think you're going short. But now with the Trump administration, is a lot of mess. Now think, for instance, Q1, Q2 2022. I was really in the market during the Ukraine-Russia war, right? Around that same time, oil was buying. It was like, that was my first time meeting a very unusual market. I was not going to respect the technicals, but it was purely fundamental. So I think that's the truth. If I'm going to be honest with you, the best thing to trade with, where you're going to see some level of consistencies with how you analyze the market, is currency. But if you're thinking of really making a lot of money during war, trade oil, trade metals, and go long. Just ensure you are waiting for the perfect retracement and you're going on long. That's the truth. I hope that balances that question right well. But anyways, let me quickly pull up something on this oil chart. So I'm going to be showing something, RSI. It's a very common indicator. So it tells something. So when you see the top of wave 3 in this particular chart, just like I did mention earlier on, you would see something interesting. And what is that? Is the fact that at the top of wave 3 to the top of wave 5, what we saw, let me take this liquidity buy side out. So what we saw is what I literally mentioned the other time. So you could see that we had a upward movement, right, from 3 to 5 on the real candlestick chart. From 3 to 5 on the RSI chart, we have a downward movement. What you see, this kind of discrepancy in a sense, is what we call a bearish divergence. That is, in reality, from the RSI chart, we saw there is a weakness in the market, and what happened in the real candlestick chart is just some camouflage, it's some cover up. So can you see oil is currently at 82.9, right? That's like $83 per barrel. Like I literally say this right during the live stream. If you had placed if you had placed a bet on that, I'm sorry, we just had light out, and that's something we sometimes have to deal with. But again, I'm going to probably put up a setup, and we're going to be wrapping up this session soon. Like I mentioned, it's not going to be more than an hour. So because this is about almost 8 p.m. West Africa time, like past 7 p.m. But then my concern is I want to show you guys something. What I'm going to be showing you is simple. The proof of this only tells something simple, that the market is apparently still selling. All right, so the market is selling, and what you're seeing right now, is still selling, but then it gives us offer rooms for buying. So what you're seeing, right, from this wave A, we should have bought from here to this point. This is a manipulation point, but then I think it's still going to be playing out. So the ABC, I don't know if this is going to be like the point, but this was the point, actually, the perfect point. The ABC is still playing out. So this is still going to play out, guys. Just keep your eyes on this. And by the way, at this point, we might still go like that. Just know that the possibilities of the market still holding up with butter 82.9. With butter, I mean, I don't get that question. I just don't get your question, Liz. I would love to understand. I don't get your question, Liz. And by the way, do you already have your account with us? Have you created an account? I don't get your question. I want to know what you're saying. So you don't miss out on this trade that we do call on live sessions, right? So I think that's important. The moment, please, guys, let me just quickly set up the light. I'm just very much here with you. Let me put this light on, right? I'm here just coming. This is the best we currently have. I'm so sorry, guys. I thought I had a battery that could actually run what we currently have. I'm just probably gonna leave it like this, and I don't know if this is gonna probably be good. This light here is not so better, so there's almost no point. I'm just probably gonna turn off the camera and just make us all focus on what we have. So let's just take off the camera and then get our live session going on. So after all, that's what matters. So yeah, I'm not sure. So I don't get your question, Liz. Okay, so a barrel, yes, $82.9 a barrel. They said that a barrel was going to get to up to, let me see. They said a barrel was going to get to what? Let me check that. Let me just make more room for what we have right now. And you guys might not be able to see the face, but then I think that's not so consequential right now. So they said a barrel was going to get up to $100 a barrel. I'm not sure if that's right or wrong. I think it's still right. So let me just be honest with you. I mean, apparently what you are saying, I think that is still right. That is still likely. Let me just put it that way. Because when we're dealing with the market, we're speaking, in probabilistic terms. Yeah. So, and that's something you must understand when we're relating with this market. So no one comes in here with all level of certainty thinking this is definitely what the market is going to be doing right now. So look at this. It was on 82.94, but now it's currently on 82.6. So, and by what you're seeing, if the B correction eventually happens from the point A, apparently it was here before, but then they have shifted. Let me just probably leave it the way it is. If the B correction happens, because this is what I actually show you guys. So you have the A like that, you have the B, yeah, right. It's very possible this candle wick goes back up, because this is manipulation. This candle wick, it could end as a candle wick, like the body of this candle. What I'm saying is that this drop down, the body could close back up here, right, at the end of the day. That's the truth, because this is where the body of the candle ends. Like, how do you get to know that? Turn this to a line graph, so you see where the body of the candle is right now. So this is a wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and this is A, right? This is A, sorry. Then we have a B, then we have a C. So let me return this back to the chart graph or the candlesticks. So 82.83, I think what you should see from what this is literally portraying is, is that we are much more likely to see $100 a barrel happening. Yeah, that's likely. So that's the truth. It is way more likely to happen. Now, I don't know what you all think about this market, but then I think we need to face reality. We need to face reality. The market is in no way prepared for you to make a lot of money. I mean, the futures market. But in the currency markets, you could make a lot of money from that. I'm telling you things. And what really will make you money is not trading every time. That's way more tough. But I'm going to be honest with you. That's the truth when it comes to trading. The thing that will make you more money is not trading every now and then. The thing that will make you more money is your discipline. And this is the truth, right? It's the truth. And I'm not joking about this, right? I really wish everybody could know this themselves and, of course, face this reality. Then everything will just change. Everything will change. Everything will change overnight. And I think that's very much important. Now, because if that is the case, then we know what we are really dealing with and how we're facing this reality. So, I mean, I couldn't have the camera on because we have no light right now. And apparently I've been running on my little bit of solar generator, and it's already been terribly low right now, and so I'm so sorry. I hope to get it better charged, and if tomorrow I could come on live, good for me and good for us. But then this is where we are right now. I think we still could see oil rising not only to $100 but $110. I think I'm probably going to be dropping this on live session right now, that oil, let me just write it there. US oil is likely is likely to cross that level, and the level that we're talking about right here is the $110 per barrel. So you just get to see that and know that we're really up to some very unusual realities that the market is currently mirroring, but a lot of persons are not seeing. So if that's going to be the case, then that implies that in the next couple of 1 week, especially this new week we're entering, we might see some very unusual distortion to the negotiation. So whatever will make the price of oil to go from this point, that means it's going to be like some sinister play, because that's about a 36% upward movement. And this is something that we need to pay our attention to. It is. So if that's the case, we miss out on this buy. I think it's currently at this point. I think everyone should just be prepared for the worst. And the worst is that the market is probably going to dump. Bitcoin is going to probably dump some couple of much proof. Proof. Let me add Bitcoin, BTC, USDT. I'm going to add the chart so we could compare. You would see how that the oil market is an inversion of the Bitcoin market. So once you know what Bitcoin is doing, oil is likely going to be going that same direction. I don't think so. I think Bitcoin is a leading indicator. I think so. think Bitcoin is a leading indicator of what oil is going to eventually do. So Bitcoin moves, and a couple of candlesticks afterwards, oil responds, like it reacts. Then put it away. So I don't know what the big guys are really up to. I don't know, because right now oil is already down to $82.1 per barrel. I didn't expect this to happen really also right now live, but it's currently happening. So look at that. So you get to know that from the point when the war began February, there's been a diversion. So when Bitcoin, when oil was, this is the Bitcoin chart anyways, this one here is the Bitcoin chart. So you could see oil like this ranging, Bitcoin was dropping, oil was rising like that. And every point oil rises, Bitcoin eventually drops like that. And when oil drops, this is oil, this is Bitcoin, same point it rises like that. When like that. So it's been like a whole lot of diverse different stuff, right? Yeah, they've been going. I remember when gas was just about $3 not too long ago, a couple of months ago. Now it's up $6. Yeah, I mean, it's clear, that's the truth. I want to believe this is the US theory. Is that the US? $6 per liter. Is that a liter? I don't even know how they sell there. Per gallon, I think it's per gallon. Well, I'm not calling you Fury, I'm calling you Liz anyways. So Liz is that in the US. So I think that's most probably in the US. Yeah, so because in places like where we are in West Africa, Nigeria, yeah, so it went up from about 800 Nigerian naira to about 1,400 per liter. So I mean, I would love for us to know this. Yeah, I think we need to understand that it's not only something that affected people in developed countries, it affected people in also other underdeveloped or maybe developing countries. Yeah, so it's clear enough that those in other countries are perhaps making a better because like I said that. Yeah, I don't know how many. Yeah, so just to be clear, I think a gallon is about almost 4 liters, so which is like 3.7 liters. I think that's it. And of course, when you estimate that with our current pricing of a liter of oil, let me just calculate for a gallon of oil. So if you multiply 1,300, which is like the average price you get it in Nigeria, by about 3.8 or 3.7, which is the exact unit of liters in a gallon, yeah, you get to see that you are paying about 5,000 Nigerian naira, and at the conversion rate, it's about $3.5 per. Yeah, I think it's still sort of better in Nigeria than in the US. I don't know why that is. So it's currently, yeah, it's currently the valuation of a gallon of oil in Nigeria is about $3.5 equivalents for the US is. So I mean, that's yeah, so how much is that in US dollars for gas in Nigeria? So yeah, that's the exact word. So for us to get a gallon of oil in Nigeria, it's going to be $3.5 because we are paying 1,300 average for a liter, and that's going to be like about 3.8 liters to make a gallon, right? So we're paying about 5,000 naira or 4,940, and that's dividing that by the conversion rate of 1,400, that makes $3.5, right? Yeah, $3.5. So it's quite a funny conundrum. Maybe because Nigeria is an oil producing country, but then at that, it's still something that bites hard on our people. So yeah, but then it's okay. I mean, so this is one of the realities of war. Everyone at every level gets affected, and that's why I always wish that there are no wars. Of course, I'm a Christian, I'm a child of God, and it's best for people to pray for the peace of nations. It's good for people to also wish, two people just to not offend each other. The best way to live is to follow peace with everyone. Just ensure you're a peacemaker, right? And I hope this whole peace treaty is not just a facade, and that's what I'm thinking it is. I'm being honest with us right now, so it's the truth. And why is that? First, the chart is mirroring that there's going to be likely an ABC correction, which is this and that, and of course it's going to probably end soon, but I don't know when. This looks like, if I'm going by the timeline that this chart is showing me, let me take off this Bitcoin. If I go by the timeline that it takes this long for us to have this retracement and then this way, that means by May or let's say by the ending of April, there's going to be like a permanence to the war, like an end, right? But then up until then, which is like next week, which is what we are seeing. So if you're asking me for my forecast for next week, I'm saying there's a likelihood for us to see oil rising, which is like oil demanding from next week. I'm going to turn off all of my charts I've drawn and turn on the Lux algo indicator, so we could see where we have a lot of sell orders. So you see, yes, there was a break of structure here because this was a manipulation, and this break of structure is going to make people think, yeah, we're going to be selling right now. But I think that's not going to be happening right now, based off what we know on the Elliott wave. Thank you very much, Liz. Thank you for praying for Nigeria. Right, a lot of things are going on in the country. It's very much bad. The genocide is ongoing, and I'm going to be admitting that up north, a lot of persons have been killed, and it's very much terrific and terrible. A lot of persons just don't want to admit that. I think it's bad and it's not good, and the best we could just do, the least we could do, is to pray, and in any way we could also support. So thank you very much. I appreciate. Thanks big time. I really appreciate. This is not real, but I mean I didn't expect this to be real, but then I want to say thank you. Thanks a lot. I appreciate so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. All right. So guys, anyways, where we are right now is how we can ensure that we're not giving back to the market what we're making, which is a principle that you must embody as you are looking at the financial market. So if I must be honest with you, if you want to make money from this time, you could place a bet on. By placing a bet, I mean buying a portion of oil. So oil is going to go up by 30%. So if you get in right now with the $100, you might not have so much money being given, right? $100, you're going to be having 1 unit of these. $100 is going to give you 1 unit of 1 point. Let me divide that. 83. It's currently at $83 anyways per barrel as you're watching. So you're buying at $83 per barrel. So you have yeah, that's about 1.2 units of oil, right? West Texas oil. So when you have that and you get to sell at maybe 110 or 108, let's say you get to sell that at 108. So yeah, you already have netted, you know, if you separate 130 from the 100 you used, you've netted about $30 on your principal. That's 30%. That's good. Yeah, that's 30%. So you're having $30 on your $100. So if you're going in right now, I'm saying this right now because people are wondering, what is this saying? All I'm saying is get in right now and buy some unit of oil. You could make a bit of profit. Yeah, this is a good time to buy oil. This is a good time to buy oil. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and of course I'm going to refer back to this when we come back on our live session, say close of the week on Friday. I mean, that's when the New York Stock Exchange also closes, say 4 p.m. you know, UTC. So at this point, it's a $3 per barrel. I told you, right, guys? You see that? That's the reality of the outcome of this manipulation. There's going to be like a sell-off, but then you could actually have 30%. So if you have 1,000 USD that you don't use, go in right now and buy oil on spot. Don't trade leverage, just buy spot and watch it. So you can have 30% on that. That's $300 US. Yeah, if you go, yeah, that's it. I'm already thinking of doing this myself, right? I'm not joking, but then yeah, I'm probably going to do this. I don't want to do leverage. I'm probably going to do this, and I'm not joking, right? Why that is because I mean, I think because when you head over to our exchange, you head over to spot and you look for XTI, you could buy on spot, I guess, or US oil. Oh, that's not an offer. But we don't currently have spot option. Oh my God. You only have the leverage trade on XTI. Well, if you want to go buy the leverage, you just go on a 1x. 1x leverage is like you're buying on spot. You don't over leverage and just keep that. Yeah, once you could do that, then you are holding this till it gets to 110. That's going to be the point of maturity. And I'm saying this should happen most likely by Friday next week. So my forecast for the week, for the next week on oil, I'm going to be wrapping up soon, is this. There's going to be like a rise on oil to 110 almost, if not in fact higher, but conservatively that's way more up. And then we're going to be seeing oil probably drop into $71 per barrel somewhere in the, you know, close of April into the open of May. So this is my outlook on what I think is going to be happening next week. So this is my next week focus on oil, and of course by implication you could read what I'm implying on Bitcoin. So yes, Bitcoin is definitely going to be dropping, and this is my same analysis. So it could drop right all the way to this point at 72,500, and go back up, but I'm suspecting that it could drop and keep dropping downwards. I'm going to be telling you the reason for my suspicion. So if you come right here to this list of tokens I have, which I'm watch listing, I'm going to be showing you something. So okay, let me show you this one. I add my drawings right here, very simple drawings. Oh, thank you, Lord. So what are you saying right here? Let me take this off. I actually had this channel drawn, not just for analysis, just to see the visuals of the market. Anyways, that still speaks of how 74k is very much likely to happen. Let me leave that point. So I drew a range. There was this range the market was respecting, and up until when it broke out of the range. So this was the upper band of the range. This was the lower band of the range, and the market just suddenly have this very massive accumulation. And it looks like we're having a manipulation. So if you know AMD a lot, which is the important strategy for ICT, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. After we have a manipulation like this, we'll have a distribution. Distribution comes right down like that. So this is how it looks like. Let me draw it on a schematic. I mean, just on a pure chart. So you have something like this. You have a very huge accumulation like that, and eventually you have a manipulation. The market manipulates upward shortly, then it distributes like that. The intention of this manipulation is for the market to pick up enough market liquidity, and by that we mean to gather enough momentum or to gather enough money to continue on its directional voyage. So what just happened by going upward was just a manipulation. It was not intended to continue or to reverse the trend. So this is it. You have accumulation, which is the A here. I'm just going to write this out so you see. You have the A accumulation, then you have the manipulation, which is where the market suddenly goes upward. It could be upwards or downwards, and anywhere the market manipulates into, the distribution would be the reversal of that. So just in this case, it's manipulate upwards, which I'm going to probably be making you guys see. This is the M part of the old move, right? It manipulates upward. Then you get to see us having the distribution like that. It distributes downward. And of course, it could be the other way around, where we have accumulation, then the manipulation comes down like that. And of course, that implies the distribution will be up like this. In any ways, I'm only saying, please, this is what looks like what we are seeing right here, especially when you look at it from a daily time frame. Now, does that make sense? So I'm saying, as much as I'm expecting the Bitcoin market to, see this as an accumulation, and of course we're having a manipulation, and of course that we could distribute shortly to 72k and continue, I think what is likely is going to be like the market will come lower and sweep every single liquidity resting at the bottom of some critical point where people thought the market would not get. I think that's important. So all I see is a choppy market. So I belong to a 500,000 group of people, and we're all praying for, okay, 500. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's solid. Bro, thank you. Thank you, sis. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks, sis. I want to appreciate you for doing that. So yes, you're right. I'm just going to be saying that you're very much correct. Yeah, you're very much correct. There's almost no way we can say this, that this market is normal. It's been a whole lot of messy market. And by the way, it's been a very terrible market. Right now, look at that. We're already going up. See that? If anyone has the boldness, it's time to get in right now. 30% is likely on the line. If you could do 2x, I think that's not bad. I'm actually thinking of that hard, and I don't want to tempt myself to go pick money where I have actually locked it up. So let's just leave it at that. But then this is a good deal. It's not a bad deal. So I mean, just to contribute to what Seismic says, is very right. This is a choppy market. It's a very terrible market, and why that is because there's a lot of crime going on in the market right now, a lot of manipulations. Like, for instance, I'm going to pull up a chart, and you wouldn't believe that's a real chart. So look up. So this is a cryptocurrency, anyways. Apparently some persons must have invested in it when they thought this was the real coin that is going to perhaps take them to the moon. Everything is about going to the moon, and guess what? I don't know, but I think the moon is never, the transitioning or the travels to the moon and landing on the moon, it doesn't look real. I could be wrong also, and it could be because of several conspiracy theory, but going to the moon is never a reality, and they could go close enough, but never to stop on the moon. Yeah, so think of it. This is a coin, by the way. Are you aware? This coin, we made some analysis on this. We took advantage of this market trade anyways, but look at this. I could show you where we took advantage of the trade. Let me open the real chart we had. This was it. We took advantage of the long somewhere there. If you want to go back in time, you would see that on the hourly chart. Just gonna pull up the 2-hour chart. So we took advantage of this long somewhere here and we left, and then this sudden dump happened. I was like, what? And then the next thing, this market went up like that. See, but then see what happened. Do you know what? I told myself this thing is not gonna probably buy until it comes right back down here. A lot of people were trying to long it because what happened right here was that when it dumped, it went up back up crazy. I knew this was not going to happen, and so I didn't bother doing that. So I'm going to probably wait for this, not for a long or a leverage trade, but to buy, because I think it's going to go back up. There are 4 coins like that. Just think of this right now, guys. How many percent do you think this really dumped? From the peak of $1, imagine people who got in right here with $1,000, and you know what happened to them. Sorry, you know what happened to their assets, what happened to their investment. From $1, this thing dropped 90%. So imagine people getting in with 1,000 and that's all they had, and they've lost $900, right? Or 10,000 losing 9,000. It's very crazy, it's ridiculous, it's very much unimaginable, but that's the reality of the market that we are in. It's not just choppy, it's a mess. It's a very big mess, and a lot of exchanges and big oligarchs are profiting off it. And if you're not aware, there was such a thing as the Jane Street, who these guys who were messing the market anyhow. So I just want to make more comments to what Side Mike says, which is very much correct. The market is literally like a messy zone right now, and the best you could just do is and have a lot of saved up cash in preparation for those days where the markets are going to be giving you ridiculously cheap rides. I remember when Solana was trading at $8. Solana trading at $8, a very important token for the Solana ecosystem. At the same time, Bitcoin was trading at about 16,500. I remember telling a friend of mine, a lawyer, that he should buy Bitcoin. That was in 2022 December, as we were about crossing over into the new year. Bitcoin has since then pumped. I think as we are going to be entering Q3, we all should be better positioned to buy some very important coins. I've done a lot of research on this, and you could check one of the links. I think it's currently in this live session. So check the description. You would see a link I dropped, I guess, on So we have a link, which is the is it here? I don't think it's here. So I'm gonna be dropping the link again. So there are several events ongoing, but then this link are the links of the assets I've analyzed, about 35 of 40 cryptocurrency assets, and I think are important, ranging from robotics to AI to machine learning to blockchain infrastructures, key sectors that are of great importance for the future that we are unavoidably entering into. So I think that's very much important for everyone to get their hands on, right? I would drop this link. Let me quickly pull it up. By the way, if you join our Telegram community, the link is there. My PC is really running critically low, but I'm going to be dropping the link. So let me see how I could get across that link and drop. Good. Okay, let me just do that. So that is very, very important for us, right? That's very important. So I mean, that's it. So please, I just want to encourage you guys to please stay safe in all your voyage with trading this market as much as possible. Don't be an exit liquidity. Hello. Solana is how much, please? Solana is currently trading at about $80 per token. So I'm going to be giving you my analysis for Solana, but then I think you should take note of this. Let me keep the screenshot of this also on our community. Please check our community page. I'm dropping the link also there. Just search for we're just about 50 of us. We're not so much. We're just a group of active and committed people that are just friends like that. So search for our community, Nova Trading Desk Africa. Nova Trading Desk. I'm gonna love to have you right on board, guys. Thank you for supporting our work. I really do appreciate Nova Trading Desk Africa. So that's the name of our community. So Solana is currently at 80, I think it's 84 or 89. I think 89 SOL USDT. So this is the current price of Solana, anyways. You could go check the pricing those years. $89 per token. I was referring to 2022 December. I knew Solana was at $8 at that time. I knew. Guess what? At this time, I was just done with university. I had some losses in the markets, and that was in 2021, which is apparently a year or so into my getting into crypto, and I had my share of losses. So this was Solana right here, and I had no money to buy, and all the way from $8. Imagine buying 100 units of these with $800. Which is gonna be a very huge investment, and this asset went up to $260, right? When do you what? when do we go to the link? Okay, let me. Oh my goodness, Lord help me. Okay, I'm gonna do something right now. Just let me help you guys. Right, you watching this live stream? Let me drop the link on this live. I'm gonna turn on my Brave. I'm conserving my PC, so I'm just gonna do that right away anyway. So I think that's gonna probably help us all the same. Yeah, 2030 investment portfolio. That's the link. I'm gonna be dropping it for you guys. But then you could search for Nova Trading Desk Africa, Nova Trading Desk Africa on Telegram. Telegram, you get a group. I could actually drop the link also. I'm just gonna do both. Okay. So the asset we've analyzed, you'd find them here. Let me drop this for you guys right now. I want to appreciate you guys for joining. We're going to be wrapping this session soon. I want to thank you big time. I really do appreciate it. It means a whole lot to me. Yeah, because I mean, it means a whole lot to me. My KPI is also being tracked, and this is very important and it's encouraging. If you care to know, oh boy, we had 121 views. This is insane. Can't believe it. Yeah. I'm dropping the link right now so you could see. This is the link. So use this link, right? This is the first link to see all the tokens we've analyzed on. And if you need a portfolio builder, it's going to be free. You can just copy it. I'm going to give you the next link, which you could also use. If you, I mean, I built this so you could use a $10,000 portfolio. And so let me just put in context. I also added Nigerian stocks as part of the assets to invest in, right? Because I think there is something going on in Nigeria in the next couple of years, and I'm going to be saying this on air, that we're going to be having a reign of peace, and the reason for that is a very important prophecy that I believe it was prophesied in the 70s, in the late 60s by a man from the United Kingdom. His name is Pa S.G. Elton, Pa Elton, E-L-T-O-N. He prophesied that there's going to be like a time in Nigeria where there's going to be like, everyone all over the world wanting to be Nigerian. Why? Because God will have established such a not a civil society, but a very good country. And of course, at that time, investors will be flocking into the country. And so I have also researched on some very important stocks that are worth investing into, right? So anyways, I've dropped both links, and I'm going to be dropping the link also while I prepare to wrap up for our community. Please, I would love all of you to join our community. Please join our community. That's what I'm going to be asking from you. Thank you. I've dropped the link to our Telegram community, and I've turned on my Brave browser, so join our community. And of course, you would have access to all of the other links. I mean, the ongoing events, the ones you've got to just do some deposits and then you earn, or you invite your friend. So there's an event ongoing currently where once you have signed up using our referral link and you register for the event, once you invite your friend with your own referral link, you get $25. Your friend gets $25 just to trade, not cash, but could, just to trade and of course to withdraw the profit of that. So these are the current events we have concurrently. You could find that on our Telegram. Please join our Telegram. And of course, let those who have got us employed see that we're working. I'm just kidding, but then I would love for you guys to support this work. I want to appreciate you all for coming. Thank you, Rebecca. I mean, did I say Rebecca? Elizabeth. Thank you, Size Mike or Sees Mike 7. Thank you. Who else again do we have here? Others who have viewed and of course passed on. I appreciate you. Thank you, Car said Detour BMW. Thank you, Riyadh. Thank you all. Thank you, Mary. I want to say thank you a lot of times. So please look at those links, Google links. And then, of course, our community link. So please join our community. I will type that. So thank you a lot. Thanks a bunch. We're going to meet again soon. I think our analysis on Bitcoin is simple. We're going to dump on Bitcoin. We should long on oil. Oil is on $89.3, guys. Did I say oil? Let me go check the price of oil. That's Solana. XTR USDT. So let's go check the price of oil. But please don't sleep on these. Thanks big time. So this is oil 83.3. I think now it's time for us to get in on these assets. Don't throw off caution. Get in right now. 30% is still on the line. Please don't think it's not a possibility. I mean, it's very much likely. So see you on the winning side. Please keep believing, keep hoping. I'm wishing you quick recovery, Fairy. I mean, Liz Latina. I'm wishing you quick recovery. I'm wishing you
quick health. I'm wishing you strength. I'm wishing you grace and blessings. Please stay safe. Take a lot of time to rest. It's weekend. Don't overwork yourself or stress yourself. I wish every one of us blessings, and I wish us a happy weekend. Thank you for coming. I'm going to be seeing us greater, better, bigger again pretty much soon. All right. Thank you. And of course, bye.